What's up, everybody? Grant here with Go Happy Beauty. So this is about a 10-minute video that I wanted to show you behind the scenes of us working with one of our clients that we do some additional SEO work for. So SEO is so important, obviously, to any business. We harp on that. We talk about it all the time. But this client in particular had reached out to me asking about why they weren't showing up #1 in ChatGPT. So what I did was I spent about 10 minutes walking through her actual setup and seeing where we were ranking and things that were going on. I dove into the analytics, some more thoughts, processes, ideas, and reasons why she wasn't coming up, and also some pushback on why that may not be the most important thing. So please tune into this. Again, it's about 10 minutes, but I think you'll find a ton of education. She has watched it multiple times to this point, has showed a ton of her friends who have clients and websites elsewhere, just to show them the amount of care and knowledge that we have on this topic. So this is not at all to pat ourselves on the back, but more so an educational point. And Brittany was kind enough to let me reveal this to everybody. This is literally behind the scenes working on her website and her Google presence to help her show up at the top of Google, other search engines, as well as AI. So tune into this video. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. This will help us reach more beauty professionals like yourself. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much again, Brittany, for sharing your time. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. hello@gohappybeauty.com. Thank you so much and have a beautiful day. Hey, Brittany, hope all is well. Happy Friday to you. I hope all is well. Hope you had a good Easter and everything's going good for you. I know busy season is upon us. I saw your email about ChatGPT, so I was writing an email, and then I was like, this is not sufficient to what I need to say. So sharing my screen is the best solution I found for that. So first off, you don't need to work on the blog post or anything. You're paying us additional to help with those things, so we can. I mean, you're welcome to produce blog posts if you want, but just so you're aware that, like, if you for lack of a better word, there is something called keyword cannibalization. So what happens is, if we are trying, let's say we have a page that's up and we're trying to rank for best spray tan in Maryland, and then you create a blog post with the same thing, they're cannibalizing each other or competing for the same word. So it might not be super beneficial. Now, if you had a post that was like, hey, these are the best places to get a spray tan in Maryland, and listed you as well as your competitors, you could certainly do that. It's not against anything to do that, and actually would be helpful, because you're, at the end of the day, trying to provide a helpful suggestion for people searching. And you might be a little biased, of course, but I agree that you guys are probably the best there is there. So with all that said, ChatGPT is one piece of the puzzle, right? There's other AI search tools and things like that that people are utilizing. In fact, I went to Claude, which I use, and asked, you guys are #1 here, you're #1 here as well. So that's good to see. I went to Perplexity, which is another big one. Again, you're here. And BWB, you're here as well, right? So you guys are coming up strong on those two. You're at the top of the list. So with that said, obviously that might not answer your question, but you're looking at a siloed version of AI, right? Or a replacement model for Google, for lack of a better word. And that's what you're seeing. So, take that a step further, looking at the analytics overall, like we have a new analytic program dialed into your site. All this is obviously looking very good. You're way up, sessions, visitors, everything. Some of the new pages we've created are getting traffic for specific areas. All that's looking good. If you look at traffic acquisition, overall, let me show you something real quick here. Let me pull yours up. Yeah, so here is what we have. Let's make this a little bit bigger, see if we pull anything else up. So this is looking at traffic acquisition, like where are people coming from to get to your website? As you can see, Google, being that you rank so well, is still the majority of that. Direct and Google, add that together, you're getting somewhere around, let me check my math here, 78, 79%, which is huge. Factor in Facebook. This is probably just don't worry, sometimes there are bot things that get in there. Instagram is here. So most of your traffic is coming from those sources, right? So we scroll down here, you can kind of see where this is. We have you listed on our website, which is why you're there. So all that looks good, right? So let's go back over to the one I was showing you. So this is a friend's company we do SEO for. They are a HVAC company, right? So we're looking at their setup here. And when we look through their traffic, they've gotten 12 people to come from ChatGPT, which is great. Probably my friend looking from his website or from his ChatGPT, but it's a very small percentage. So all of this is to say that I think I would say we have all this stuff dialed in for you, right? We have your Google Analytics, we have your Search Console, which most people don't even know about. This is literally showing us, like, if you look at this, like, look at the performance of your website over time. It's looking very, very good, right? So this is up, spray tan near me, most popular search phrase. Google's literally telling us this. And just so you understand real quick and without nerding out too much, Google Analytics is a great source, gives you a lot of information, but it holds back a lot. Years ago, Google got rid of the ability to share data with us that was protected. So if somebody is logged into a Gmail account, which I don't remember what percentage is, 95% of people have a Gmail account, they are not able to display that data. They used to be able to tell us this is where people are coming from, what they're searching for. As you can see, we don't see any of that, right? So let's look at user acquisition here for you. Organic search being almost 50% with that traffic, 75% here. Look at what you guys are doing here. This is amazing to see. Basically, all your traffic is coming from organic, direct. So organic, meaning you rank good on Google or other search engines. Direct, meaning you have great branding. Organic social, meaning you guys are getting some good social presence. So all this looks good. All this is good. Search Console, which most people don't even know about, Google Search Console, gives us a little bit more data. Gives us a little bit more data here. I didn't realize I was over here talking with my face was off the screen. Not that you need to see me anyway, but so this gives us a little bit more information. We actually see from the horse's mouth, for lack of a better word, what people are searching for, right? So look at this. People are actually searching for spray tan near me. We could assume that 251% increase. We have some great insights here. Traffic is as expected. We want up to the right, up and to the right, right? This is always good. You can see insights. You get a little bit more information here. Like, okay, here's your content. Here's your clicks. Here's your impressions. What queries are leading to your site, right? All of these things are very good to see, right? Everything here is amazing. And I can give you access to this. It's great information. You can see all the pages people are coming for, searching for, looking at, and things like that. There's so much good data here to see, but we're taking all this in order to interpret this and then in plain English, essentially improve the presence of your website, right? So all of that is to say that I am not saying that don't create a blog post. Feel free to do that. But I am saying that looking at what I'm seeing from like the AI tools that I'm using, you are actually ranking at the top. A lot of this, and we're really trying to harp on this for people, as I always have, but even more so now. I can't type. I can't see what I'm typing. A lot of this is coming from here, right? Google's AI overview, their Google AIO or Google AI overview, their AI. As well as all of these AI tools are taking this, the website matters completely because it helps this, but they're coming from here, right? So these reviews are huge. If you look at, in fact, look at these first things they mentioned, 421 reviews, same thing here. Bam, 5.0, 421 reviews, right? So I will say it and I will beat the drum as many times as I can. Reviews. Yeah, as much as I can say it, it's huge, right? So, all that is to say that focusing on trying to gamify ChatGPT, focusing on us trying to manipulate ChatGPT may be one of those things where we could do it as much as we want, but tomorrow ChatGPT could change their algorithm on what they use to rank those things, like how they weight it. But what we do know from AI, because we're all still figuring this out, whoever tells you they know what they're talking about with a AEO or answer engine optimization or GEO, generative engine optimization, whatever, it basically is still SEO. What we do know is that this and these reviews are the #1 driving thing for anything, whether you're Google or not. And Google is obviously using their own AI tools to actually manipulate those things and to say, if you go to your Google Maps and type in best spray tan in Maryland, like it is using all this information as well. So all of that is to say, create the page if you want, create a blog post, we'll upload it, we'll optimize it for you. But I don't want to chase the tail when we could just focus on these other things, if that makes sense. We're going to continue to dial in your site, make these pages and build that stuff and manipulate what we need to manipulate, add the things we need to do, add the schema, do all these things we're doing for you in the first place. But I don't want to see you, chasing that one thing that might, again, looking at acquisition, we're still seeing for a lot of our clients, there's rarely any, even people that dominate or they're the only company in the area, we're seeing very, very little traffic to this point from ChatGPT. Part of that being, and why it's a little tricky, is that, like for instance here, where Perplexity answered this, I don't really need to do anything else. I don't need to go to your website at this point. Like I have what I need to have. I'm going to click this and do what I need to do. And I'm going to what? I'm going to call them. Maybe I'll go to the website. And if I do, guess what? If you look at this, actually, I can show you this. This is pretty cool. If you look at the actual URL, let me move this up so you can see it. We would capture that and understand where that referral is coming from, right? But a lot of these things, and even Google itself, they're answering the question in the search, and you don't even get a chance to go to their Google business profile or their website. However, in order to be presented in that area, right, and in order to be presented at the top, you have to be there in the first place, which means a good, strong online presence, website, SEO, Google business profile, reviews, etc. I hope this helps, Brittany. If you have any questions, I'd love to get on a call. Happy to help. Thank you so much for reaching out. And if you have any questions, please do let me know. Have a great day.